Hello, hello, hello. We're back early morning today for the first NBA watch along. Although it's a preseason, but we just wanted to come out here, preview some of these NBA preseason games, especially the one right now, which is the Lakers and Timberwolves. It'll start in a couple of minutes. So, yeah, early morning. I got my cup of coffee ready with me. Good morning, good evening, wherever you guys are watching this from. Welcome to the Sports with Sardarji and Friends YouTube channel. And let's see how these teams match up. Obviously, the big guns are not playing today since they have been playing the Olympics and whatnot. So from the Lakers side, let's get straight into it. Right, from the Lakers side, LeBron and AD both will not be playing. And from the Timberwolves side, Anthony Edwards obviously will not be playing, and they've got a change in their roster. If Once I get my first sip of coffee today morning. So they've got a change in the roster since they did the whole cat trade for Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo. So that trade we haven't spoke about it in detail, but it seems like a good trade for the Timberwolves in terms of they wanted to try something different. They have been having the cat and Gobert pair for a couple of seasons now. It brought them good success last season, but definitely they wanted to make sure with all the financial implications they have in terms of paying Gobert, paying Anthony Edwards, paying Cat as well. They wanted to make sure they are a little lighter on their financial situation as well as they get a couple of good players in return for Cat and try something different this season. And that's the reason that they went with the Julius Randle route. So we'll see how that entire tandem works with Randle and Gobert compared to Cat and Gobert, because definitely Randall is not the most ideal spot up shooter beside Gobert. So you wouldn't want to have two non-shooters on your team, especially when Gobert really cannot shoot. He can just play some posts and basically get lobs and stuff. So it's going to be important to see how that tandem works. We'll get a glimpse of it early on in the season, and then we can probably make a judgment about it. But for this game, Julius Randle is definitely not playing, and so is Anthony Edwards. So, we'll see how this plays along. We'll definitely, stick around probably till the end of the first half, because it's not going to be very eventful. I feel it's going to be a lot of, teams getting used to each other, new players getting used to each other. And the Lakers perspective, a whole new system with a new coach, AJ Redick. That's going to be exciting and interesting to see how that plays out. So yeah, let's see how it goes. We're just waiting for tip off here. I might be a little behind on my stream. Maybe some of you all might be ahead. So just have some, uh, bear some time, bear some patience with me. But let's enjoy this one. Enjoy the watch along. So if you haven't already done, I'll just put it out again. As the ticker on the bottom says, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We are growing every day, and we are glad and we are very happy and energized to be a part of this journey, wherein we bring you streams every day as well as content every day. So we would love to have your support as well. So yeah, just don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that button, and let's get the ball rolling here. We're just waiting for things to tip off, and once that does, we'll just see how the game plays out. We haven't really managed to keep a track of other scores, but apparently there was a Denver Boston game in Abu Dhabi earlier on yesterday. So I believe that Russell Westbrook seamlessly fit into his new team. That's what people say in preseason about Russell Westbrook, right? So a lot of stuff over him not adapting to the Lakers and all. That's all just BS coming out now. That's what happens when Russell Westbrook moves team. That's what happened when he moved to the Clippers as well. So, but yeah, the Nuggets Celtics, obviously that was a good preseason game in Abu Dhabi for the fans there. They got to watch two of the best teams in the NBA from last season. And yeah, preseason all about building chemistry, building rapport. So that's what teams will be trying to do. A lot of teams will be trying to compete for the championship as well. So preseason is basically the building blocks for this. So just before the game starts, we do have a kind of a remembrance minute for the late great Jerry West, who passed away earlier this year. I think this happened during the off season, so this is probably the first time that the Lakers, as an organization, have been able to put out a graphic for the legend, which was Jerry West. So yeah, it's a little sad to see him go, but he's done wonders for the NBA. He's taken it to the point where it has reached now. He was the early initiators of the NBA to the world in terms of his play style, in terms of bringing the Lakers on the map as well. So yeah, condolences to Jerry West and his family, Jerry West family, and may he rest in peace. Still waiting for tip off here. As usual, the NBA games don't start on time. We have been a couple of minutes over time as of now, so we're just waiting for get the ball rolling. It's been a long time without an NBA game, especially for Lakers fans, who suffered a first round exit last season. While the Timberwolves did reach the conference finals, might have been a little disappointed to have not reach the NBA finals, but yeah, definitely a successful season for the Timberwolves last time around. While the Lakers, we'll see how things start under new coach AJ Redick. Obviously, a lot of off-season drama with that team as usual in terms of who the coach is going to be after Darvin Ham's firing, and they had a couple of options. They had obviously the UConn head coach who ultimately did not sign for them, and then they got JJ Redick, who was obviously a name for them, one of their targets. And ultimately, they did get him. So we'll see how it goes. JJ Redick obviously did not coach the summer league team, but we'll see how it goes in terms of his first preseason game here. So no LeBron and AD, so we can probably we probably don't have a lot of takeaways from this game, or wouldn't have any takeaways from any game once they are back, because they're the whole support system of this team. Without them, the team will basically be probably like a bottom team in the Western Conference. So once they're back, we'll be able to judge this team fully. But it's good to have Lakers basketball back. It's good to have Timberwolves basketball back, a team which was extremely fun last season. So it'll be interesting to see the new guys as well. Dalton Connect, Bronny James. I'm excited to see Bronny James and LeBron pair up on the basketball floor. I don't know when that'll happen. They might want to get it away and done with in the first game itself. But we'll be waiting for that whenever it happens. It's going to be a special moment for a father-son duo to be playing in the NBA. So that's going to be something of a sight for all the fans watching and the Laker organization as well. So yeah, it's important to see how Austin Reeves has stepped up his game from last season. Whether D'Angelo Russell actually continues his form from last season's regular season, because we know that one come playoffs he's not the same D'Lo, and whether this team actually makes any trades. I'm talking about the Lakers. Whether they do actually make any trades after, say, the initial couple of months in the season, since they basically have not made any off-season moves apart from JJ Redick being the signing of the season. So this game is taking place in Palm Springs and not Crypto.com Arena. So generally, the preseason games, for those who are new to the NBA, preseason games are generally not played on a team's home floor, or basically on any team's home floor. I mean, they try to explore different venues so fans can get a chance to see some of these players. So the Lakers generally they go to Anaheim, they go to Las Vegas. I think they've played in Seattle as well. I don't remember, but this time I think it's in Palm Springs. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's at MacRishore Arena, if that's what it's called. I think. So I think there'll be a lot of Lakers fans in attendance. Lakers fans travel well wherever they go. So yeah, and the starting lineups are officially out. So we have for the Lakers, Max Christie, Hachimura, Jackson Hayes, Austin Reeves, and D'Lo. While for the Timberwolves, we have Naz Reid, who's definitely going to be the focus of their team, especially with Cat gone. Jaden McDaniels, Rudy Gobert, Dante DiVincenzo getting his first start for the Timberwolves, and Mike Conley, the ever veteran presence. So looks like a stable lineup for the Timberwolves, whereas the Lakers, a lot of things to be adjusted for them. But it's good to have basketball backs. We don't care about the lineups in the first preseason game. We just want some, some action on the floor. And I can already see so many Lakers fans in attendance. It's impressive how Lakers fans travel. So the teams have basically lining up on the floor now. We're just waiting for tip. It's been around 10 minutes past the time, the tip time. So yeah, a little delayed, but that's what happens in the NBA. So JJ Redick, they're showing on the screen, probably one of the youngest coaches in the NBA, right? He probably retired like 3, 4 seasons ago, and he had a very impressive podcast series which he was doing with LeBron, as well as his own podcast, The Old Man and Three, which I personally loved listening to. He's got some very insightful things to say. So it's going to be interesting to see whether he can bring all of those stuff to the basketball floor, especially in terms of how analytically sound he is, how he views the game from an analytic perspective, his whether he makes changes on the fly, unlike Darvin Ham, who could not do that. So yeah, we'll see if JJ Redick is indeed up to the modern standards of the game, up to the likes of say a Steve Kerr, Eric Spoelstra, and those kinds of coaches. Obviously, it's going to be tough for him, tough for us as fans to expect him to get to that level from day one. But improvement is something we love to see, and that's what we're waiting for. So again, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We are growing continuously on this channel, and we love to have your support as well. And do join in the comments if you want to talk about the Lakers or Wolves, any of your favorite teams in the NBA. And I'll be here to try to answer them, and we'll have some fun. At least we'll stick around to the first half, as I said, and see how it goes. We have LeBron, AD on the bench enjoying the view. So I'm guessing they'll probably be back maybe in the third preseason game, because I think that's what happened last time. And yeah, we have Tip, and Jackson Hayes gets the ball for the Lakers, and the preseason is off and rolling. And D'Lo controlling the ball from the center half line. And Hachimura with the first three, not on target, but here comes D'Lo with the offensive rebound, and it's a foul on Max Christie. Interesting to see how Max Christie develops too, because he is going to be a pivotal. Uh, is it me or Max Christie has grown taller this season? He looks a little taller than last season. Put it in the comments if you feel Max Christie has gotten taller, because it does seem like from last season he's grown an inch or two. Loose ball, and it's D'Lo's. And D'Lo fires away a three, and that's not close. But that's what is going to happen with D'Lo, right? He's going to have those games where he goes off for 10 threes, 8 threes, and all that. But come playoff time, he'll probably fail again. So it's important the Lakers get a lot of value from him in this regular season, because he's a very tradable chip for this team. Also, and I don't know why the Lakers started off shooting threes this game. Maybe it's part of JJ Redick's game plan. And here we have Nas Reed shooting a three, and I think Nas Reed is going to be having another great season. He's not fighting for minutes with Cat anymore, although how great Cat is. But it felt like Nas Reed and Cat were fighting last season for minutes. It's a great block by Jaden McDaniels as well. So, yeah, Nas Reed is going to be having another, or should be having another impressive season based on how much of minutes he's going to be given. He's definitely a great shooter as well. Ball rolling around to D'Lo on 3 point line, and Austin Reeves misses another three. So 4 threes attempted by the Lakers, and none goes in. And we have Nasri getting the ball up again, 1-on-1 with Hachimura on the baseline, draws him to the center circle, and it's good stuff by Hachimura actually. He did not swat the ball away, but he at least hindered the shot. Finally, the Lakers get on the board after a couple of minutes. We have D'Lo with the first basket of the preseason. So, yeah, onwards and upwards for D'Lo here. Mike Conley getting the ball, screened by Rudy Gobert and Naz Reid. Naz Reid shooting another three, and that does not go in. But okay, so the Lakers ball off Dante DiVincenzo, and it's important to see how DiVincenzo also settles into this team. He's coming in from New York, where the system was completely different to what it's going to be at the Minnesota Timberwolves. So it's going to be interesting to see whether he's going to start or come off the bench, because as of now he's starting with the absence of Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle, and that's a great pass by Austin to Max Christie in the corner, and that swishes home for another three in this game. First three for the Lakers. Austin Reeves got hit in the face, I think there. I think he's okay, but that's another three by Jaden McDaniel. So three's raining down here in the first couple of minutes in this first quarter. I think Austin slipped and just fell into Rudy Gobert's elbow, so no harm intended there. He's back up on his feet and he's okay. D'Lo running post with Jackson Hayes, a pick and roll there. D'Lo misses the mid range jumper. So for those who don't know, the pick and roll is basically when the center sets a screen and rolls towards the basket while while the player uses that screen to go over his defender and get separation. And Mike Conley with a very good looking baseline jumper there. Mike Conley, man, he's just like the veteran presence which the Timberwolves need. He helped them so much last season. Max Christie used the ball, passing it to Rui Hachimura mid range jumper, and he misses that. Rebound to Naz Reid. Jaden McDaniels getting the ball down the floor. Interesting to see how he's improved this season, but there he loses the ball to Austin Reeves, who's got good hands as well. So Austin does not seem like he's put on any muscle, which is unfortunate because all the Lakers fans were insisting that it would be good if Austin Reeves is able to put on a couple of more pounds, because he's going to come up against big guys, especially in doing those switches. So who's probably going to take advantage of his presence there. So interesting to see how the Lakers still work around the backcourt of D'Lo and Austin Reeves. That's a good pass from Naz Reid. Rudy Gobert misses the layup, but he's got fouled. Two free throws to Gobert. And here we have Bronny James on the sideline. It's going to be interesting to see how Bronny and LeBron. I cannot wait for that moment when they both on the floor. I think Bronny will probably get a few minutes in this game as well. So it's all about reps for Bronny, right? He's definitely not going to be playing in the NBA as of now. He's going to probably be assigned to the G League. But when he gets that time, he needs to show that it's not here. He's not here because of his father. He's here because he's here because of his own talent. So I think the G League will definitely help him to get those reps, which he needs, which he won't get on the Lakers team. So he was not like the best player in college as well. It's not like he was a five-star recruit or something. But there's talent in Bronny for sure. He can be one of those good wing defenders, is what I feel. So Lakers running some Spain action here with D'Lo on the ball. That's a good lob to Hachimura, but little bit, just a little high for him, and he fumbles the ball. Nasrid fakes the three inside to Gobert lob. That's a great play. I think Nasrid is getting better at playmaking as well. So it's scary how good Nasrid can be for this team on that kind of a contract. And I believe he's on a con. I think he's on a contract year as well, in terms of he can opt out after the season for a new bigger deal. So definitely he's going to be out there playing with some kind of determination to get a much bigger contract, because he's grown so much in the last couple of seasons, wherein he deserves a bigger contract at this point, and not that 3 year and 45 million contract which he probably is on right now. Hachimura baseline, and he misses the layup. Off to Nasrid again, and he reminds me so much of Lamar Odom as well, right? The way he brings the ball, the way he can shoot threes, space out, the way he grabs rebounds and goes with it. So a lot of Lamar Odom I see in him as well, which is a little unfortunate because the Lakers would love to have a player like that at this point, with the lack of bigs they have. And Conley with another three, and we have a timeout here for the Lakers. So definitely the Timberwolves look like they are the more functional team at this point. They are 13-5 lead. Obviously, the Lakers, new team, new coach. I wouldn't say new team, but new coach. And it's going to take some time for them to figure things out. I hope it's sooner rather than later, because in the NBA, your teams will not wait for you. If you lose one game, you might end up losing 5 games in a row as well. So that definitely is something that Lakers should avoid, which they haven't been avoiding the last couple of seasons. So it's going to be interesting to see in terms of how JJ Redick does get this team fired up. We haven't seen him being very vocal, when it comes to his podcasting sessions and all that. He's not like one to fire up somebody as well. So he's not like an Eric Spoelstra who can fire his team up just like this. So, and he's not coached before as well, so we don't know much about him basically. So yeah, we're just gonna wait and see how it plays along at this point in terms of his coaching career. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. If it doesn't work, at least the Lakers tried. They gave somebody a shot. That makes them a failure as well in terms of they are not able to find the right coach. And the Lakers have not been able to find the right coach. Post Phil Jackson, we've had that one Frank Vogel year where they won the championship. But apart from that, unfortunately, they have not been able to find the right coach. They've had, I think, five or six coaches in the last season. I think in LeBron's era, they've had Luke Walton, Frank Vogel, Ravin Ham, and now JJ Redick. So four coaches in 7 years for LeBron. That's not consistency, right? You want a coach who sticks around for at least 5 to 7 years, like that. I mean, in terms of the NBA level as well. So that's when you can build some consistency, build reps. You don't want a coach to change every 2 seasons. I feel that LeBron definitely could have won more titles as a Laker. I mean, the door is not closed. It's a little unlikely now, but if the Lakers did make the right hire back in 2019 with Ty Lue, I believe Ty Lue would have stuck around this long. So 6, 7 years of Ty Lue would mean 6, 7 years of consistency and definitely more than one title for LeBron. So a lot of crazy decisions by the Lakers management, a lot of like panicky decisions, I would say, by the Lakers brass. So it's not a failure. He did win one championship. I think his Lakers tenure itself is like a Hall of Fame career based on the number of All Star teams he's been on. Uh, he's been the leader of the team. He's won an Olympic medal while playing, while being a part of the Lakers in terms of he's represented the Lakers on the world stage as well, and an NBA championship. So not all is lost, but I feel there could have been more championships to LeBron's tenure as a Laker if the Lakers did make the right coach. And the Lakers bring on Gabe Vincent for the first time in this preseason. So I don't have much to talk about in terms of Gabe Vincent's last season because he only played 11 games. Something with Miami guards and coming to the Lakers, they get injured right away and miss the entire season. So unfortunately, Gabe was never the same after returning from injury for the last 11 games of the playoff run. So it's gonna be something of a sight for Gabe Vincent. And here he goes, shoots his first three of the game and misses. So we're gonna give Gabe Vincent some time. He's like a new player to this Lakers team because he wasn't there at all last season, right? So yeah, I'm just doing a watch along, Sid. We are talking about the Lakers and Timberwolves preseason game. So if you're an NBA fan, just shoot some questions and I'll be here to answer it. So we obviously cannot bring the game on the screen. So I'm doing a solo watch along by myself at this point because a little early in the morning and people won't be able to join. So Austin Reeves does get fouled here and he goes to the line, shooting a couple of free throws. And Austin Reeves' ability to generate free throws is going to be again important for the Lakers, who definitely do not have a lot of high scoring or high efficiency free throw shooters for their team apart from Austin. So Austin, compared to the previous season, he did not go for any kind of international reps with Team USA, so that's given him a longer off season. So we wait and see if his game has brought around any improvement because it's definitely needed in terms of the Lakers' offense as well as defense. So he's probably going to be lining up in the backcourt alongside D'Angelo Russell again this season. They're probably not the two strongest defensive guards, but definitely like their presence is much his presence is required in terms of initiating the offense, being able to switch on defense as well. Max Christie there all the way for a layup. That's a good play there. Good set run by the Lakers. We have about 5 minutes left in the first quarter. It's going to be a breeze here. And we also have Jalen Hood Shifino, I believe, who's taken the floor for his first reps of the season, of the preseason at least. Dunk by Hachimura and the Lakers definitely showing some signs of life in this second half of the second quarter, basically. So, yeah, Jalen Hood Shifino, another player who did not get much reps last season. Uh, Yeah, in fact, the Lakers were criticized for drafting him compared to when they had other players who they could draft like Jaime Jaquez and Brandon Podziemski. So definitely, it's going to be interesting to see if Jalen Hood-Schifino has made any progress at all in the offseason and whether he can contribute anything because he was a kind of a semi-high draft pick. He was like a number 17 pick for the Lakers in the draft couple of seasons back. Oh, Dante with a long three. So he definitely has come out to play here. Oh, that's some positivity there. As Jalen Hood-Schifino knocks down a mid-range jumper, at least from that first shot, his shooting arc definitely looked a lot better than it was last season. So we'll see how if it continues or not. Because last season he basically had no confidence in his jump shot. So let's see how it is this season. But that definitely looks a lot more smoother on the replay. So if you're new to the channel, do like, share, and subscribe. We are growing every day, and we'll be happy to have you in our journey as well. And if you have any comments, do put them on this live watch along or on the comments later on this video. So I'm doing a solo watch along today. I don't have anybody, as you can see beside me. It's the NBA. It's time for the NBA again. So we'll be doing a lot of NBA streams as well as we get closer to the first regular season game this year. That's some good ball movement by the Lakers and Dalton Connect. That's Dalton Connect for his first minutes of the game, but unfortunately he misses the three. So we have couple of rookies here on the floor. I would say Jalen Hood-Schifino himself is a rookie considering he got no action last season, and that's the first timeout from the Bulls this game. 3 minutes and 42 seconds left in the first quarter. So we had an eventful first quarter. I would say I think the Lakers have been able to try on different systems, different players as well. So yeah, I think the rest of this first half is going to be the same. So preseason is important in terms of if someone wants to know why preseason is important, it's like you get about 6 to 8 games before the NBA season actually starts. So this is the time where you can tinker with different roster lineups. You can understand player strengths, player weaknesses, the kind of work they put in the off season, and where you decide your roster eventually. So yeah, it's important to gain those reps because if there's no preseason, then you can't expect players to immediately gel on the floor when it's time for the first game of the season. So important from that perspective. And I believe that the Lakers should take this preseason very, very seriously if they want to even compete for the championship this season. But from the Timberwolves side, I think they're already set. It's just that they have to integrate the new players in Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo. And I believe that Dante will be a seamless fit for any side in the NBA. So his fit on the Timberwolves will probably be like nothing in terms of he can just get integrated just based on his kind of skill set he brings in terms of him being a shooter, a defender, basically a 3 and D guard, I would say. So Dante's fit is going to be pretty seamless, but it's going to be fascinating to see Julius Randle's fit because he's been labeled a chucker by many fans and many analysts in his time with the Knicks. And this trade brings Julius Randle a new lease of life because he's finally moved on from New York, where he was in trade talks for a number of seasons. So him alongside Rudy Gobert, Anthony Edwards, that's going to be a sight to see because they're moving on from Cat. Cat was able to space the floor and make room for Rudy Gobert and Anthony Edwards whenever it was required. So whereas Julius Randle does require the ball more in his hands. So yeah, I'm interested to see how that actually works. So Dalton Connect did have a very good season with Tennessee last year, with shooting around 40% from three. So obviously, when it comes to the Lakers, he wouldn't be shooting that because we know how teams come to the Lakers and they just fall off a cliff. But he's going to be an interesting player this season. He's going to get minutes for sure. That's given away by DiVincenzo, and it's given right back to the Timberwolves, unfortunately. So the Lakers, I believe, are challenging this call. So the first challenge of this season, are they challenging it? I think they are challenging it. So yeah, and obviously for the Lakers, they have some very experienced, assistant coaches on their bench with Scott Brooks and some other names. Like I'm just not able to recollect the Atlanta Hawks coach, the former Atlanta Hawks coach. He's also there on their bench. So definitely JJ has got a lot of wise minds, who can help him with offensive and defensive sets. So yeah, I think that's important for JJ because he definitely cannot do this alone. He definitely requires support in his first season. I was just checking the stats as of now, and it's kind of weird that you don't see LeBron and AD on the stat sheet because whenever they are there, they've got all the blocks, rebounds, and assists. LeBron is basically the playmaker out there. And at this point, it feels the Lakers are not having any playmaker right now, which is a little weird because they do have a lot of guards on their team. But it does seem that they're not able to penetrate the ball more compared to when LeBron is actually there. So that speaks volumes of how good LeBron is actually is. So about 3:19 left in this first quarter. It's been a very uneventful first quarter in terms of different sets or different plays as well. So teams basically are coming out just being cautious. They don't want any kind of injuries in this first preseason game, which is very understandable. So that does seem like it's going to be Timberwolves' ball. It does seem like it's off Dalton Connect. Oh, from that angle, it may seem like it hit Jaden McDaniel's right finger or index finger of his right hand. I think that's a little inconclusive. So they might just give it to the Timberwolves at this point. I think I need another cup of coffee because this does seem like a very long review. And finally, I believe it's done. So yeah, it's Timberwolves ball. I think the referee saw that it was inconclusive. So yeah, just give it to the Timberwolves. So a couple of things on the Timberwolves side as well. We have Nikhil Alexander Walker in the game for Mike Conley. Beautiful layup there by Dante DiVincenzo. I think that's the kind of things he can bring to the Timberwolves. I don't believe they had such a player last season. So definitely it's going to be a very seamless fit on their team. Dalton Connect coming off the screen, beautiful mid-range jumper. So definitely some kind of confidence shown there by Dalton Connect in terms of his shooting. The Lakers will need all kinds of shooting this season. They are definitely not going to be, high shooting or very high accuracy, high accuracy 3-point shooting team. So I mean, speaking of shooting, Dante DiVincenzo is coming out firing 3 of 3 from 3-point range. And Dalton has the ball again, and he's showing some good things, man. He's actually gotten the layup line, taking layups against Rudy Gobert. So yeah, there's some sparks of life there by Dalton Connect. That's and one for Nikhil Alexander Walker. Nikhil Alexander Walker definitely one of those kind of steady presence or steady kind of wing defenders in the Timberwolves. Timberwolves are definitely long and lanky, and they're going to be one of the top defensive teams again this season because of the number of defensive players they have. So, yeah, Nikhil Alexander Walker is just one of the many defenders who they have. GHS getting the ball down the floor all the way to the layup line, and he missed it. GHS also does seem like he's put on a couple of inches, or is it because probably we've not seen him for a long time? So we've not spoken about another player in the Lakers, which is Jared Vanderbilt, who's probably been out for about 7 months now. I mean, basically he's not played like the entire second of last season, and he's not probably not going to start the season. So we have to see like when he's going to be back because his defense is very important for the Lakers, and without his defense, it's going to be hard, for the Lakers to stop, some of the NBA's premier wing defenders like a Kawhi Leonard, like Paul George, Jimmy Butler. So the sooner Vanderbilt comes back, the better it is for the Lakers. But at this point, we don't have a date of his return yet, which is unfortunate considering the entire offseason was, there for his recovery. And that's Luka Garza getting fouled there. So again, if you're new to the channel, do leave a like, comment. I would love to read your comments as well. Share with your friends. Subscribe to the channel. We are early here on a Saturday morning. We are doing this for the channel. We are doing this for the passion for the sport. So yeah, spread the word to your friends as well. We would love to have all of them on the channel too. So if you're an NBA fan, stick around because we'll be having a lot more videos throughout the season. We'll be doing a lot more previews and reviews for every team as and when we get a chance. So stick around for that. As Luka Garza misses both free throws and JHS is bringing the ball down the floor. So D'Lo is back on the floor now. So it's interesting to see D'Lo and JHS work together. I think this is a part of JJ's plan. He's going to see different lineups. Beautiful layup there by Jackson Hayes. Jackson is obviously going to get a lot more minutes considering Christian Wood is out for like probably 4 5 more weeks. And I did not understand why Christian Wood waited or why the team waited so long to do that surgery on Christian Wood, when they could have actually done it early on in the off season. So he could have come back. Great block by Dalton Connect here. Dalton definitely is showing signs that he could be a decent defender. Obviously, it's preseason. I don't want to talk or hype him up too much, but yeah, Lakers could definitely use Darden Connect in this beginning of the season. So Luka Gaza at the line for two free throws. He just missed them last time. He's made one of two at this point. And also when LeBron and AD comes back, we are definitely going to see the starting lineup. So that's important to see how the starting lineup fits together. And now that they've known each other for the past two seasons, we need to see that whether it works defensively as well as offensively. Because as D'Lo settles for a mid range and banks it in, wow, he definitely did not intend that, but he did bank it in. So yeah, as I was telling, AD, can he have some semblance of shooting? Because definitely he did not have any last season, and he's not been shooting the ball at all in the last couple of seasons. So does JJ Redick, incentivize Anthony Davis to shoot more threes, shoot more mid-range jumpers? And that's going to be interesting to see. As the first quarter comes to a close, it's been a pleasant watch, I would say. I think the teams have tried out different stuff. Both the teams have tried different rosters as well, different roster lineups as well. So yeah, I think I wouldn't comment on the Lakers or the Timberwolves right now. It's just preseason, but the Timberwolves do have a 13-point lead, so which does make it look like the Timberwolves have more cohesiveness at this time compared to the Lakers with the new coach. But that's the first quarter. We'll be here for another quarter. We'll see how much more things that the Lakers or the Timberwolves try to run. And we'll try to guess the name of that kind of set with which they run on the floor. So yeah, meanwhile let me take a look at some of the other scores in in today's preseason action. So Celtics did beat the Nuggets in their preseason game, so that was a close game, 107, 103. So we again are not going to make much of it, but yeah, Celtics Nuggets good for the fans in Abu Dhabi. So it's just two preseason games today, and I think tomorrow we're gonna have a lot more preseason games as well. So we'll definitely try and do this again whenever we have time. But yeah, today the Lakers and Timberwolves play, and then we have Clippers Warriors and Celtics Nuggets part two tomorrow, I guess, in Abu Dhabi. So something about the Wolves, they came very close to competing for the championship last season. They were one of the top teams in the Western Conference, and little amused. I'm little, kind of. I'm little like I don't know the exact word to use, but I'm little like amazed at how quick they pull the trigger on Cat and trading him, because teams do not do that right after a successful season. I would say the conference finals was a successful season for the Timberwolves, but teams do not do that. So definitely the Timberwolves did have a thought process. They they wanted to see if we do trade Cat, how things will work, and they went for Julius Randle. I wouldn't say that it was their first option, but they did go and get Julius Randle. So if they don't get to the NBA final this time, it's definitely going to be a failure, because they've done this trade. They've got rid of Cat now, who was the cornerstone of the franchise along with Anthony Edwards. So I'm interested to see how that works. And the second quarter is about to begin now, and we have Bronny James signing for the first time in this preseason. So, yeah, I'm sure Dad will be up and about in his chair, although he's not showing it. But definitely, Bronny on the floor, on the Lakers, living up, what I would say. But his dad is watching from the bench, as we see Bellingham with the first three of the second quarter. So, yeah, Timber's definitely showing a lot more confidence, more players. And Bronny almost causes a turnover there, but it just got lucky. And the Lakers do retain the ball. So yeah, it's a sight. It's a sight. It's going to get some used to, seeing Bronny and LeBron, on the same team. D'Lo runs the pick and roll. And Dalton connect with an open three. He makes it, but I think Jackson Hayes got fouled before that, so shot that does not count. But yeah, Dalton connect. His release looks good. His shot looks really good. And the Lakers have been missing some a kind of shooter like that. I mean, it's too early, but I don't know. He does, remind me of an early Clay Thompson. I mean, don't put these words out there, anyone. But I'm not sure who caused the turnover because Bronny was definitely involved there. But he did get the block there. Wow, Bronny James blocked that shot, but the Timberwolves still score. Dalton with a quick release and he does not make it. I think that's Max Lewis into the game as well. I think Bellingham is looking good. He makes another mid-range jumper. So definitely he's somebody else who could probably get some minutes for the Timberwolves. He was a high draft pick as well, so eighth pick in the draft, in this year's draft. Great pass from Jackson Hayes to Dalton Connect, who slams it home. I can see something that JJ Redick is running. He's definitely getting some players to float around the basket here and there. Great pass from Alexander Walker, and yeah, the center makes a three. I'm not sure who that is from the Timberwolves, but definitely the Timberwolves are in song right now. And that's the first timeout of the second quarter. Yeah, I think that JJ Redick will take some time. What do you guys think is like the Lakers' best player right now? So just like what happened here? Yeah, we are back after a little bit of a hiccup there. Some technical issues, but yeah, we are back. We're waiting for the timeout to finish so we can, get back to some action in the second quarter. So as I was talking, it's going to be interesting to see how the Lakers' first 10 games goes because under Darvinham, they did not have the first 10 games. I mean, they did not play well in the first 10 games of any season. Darvinham had been the coach. So obviously, the start of the season is important. So the Lakers need to have a respectable win-loss record. My prediction is that they do go 6-4 in their first 10 games, and that is pretty respectable, I would think. But I mean, I don't know what you guys think because it'll be disastrous to go like a 3-7 or a 2-8 or something like that. That is something the Lakers do not want because that brings down the morale of the team as well. So I would love to see how that goes. First 10 games are important, and the chemistry of the team needs to be high. If the chemistry is not good on the team, definitely the Lakers won't be good in those first 10 games of the season, and they need to get a lot of reps with LeBron and AD as well. So LeBron and AD, the sooner they're back, the better for the team. As Bronny goes in for a floater, but he misses it, and Bronny is getting some extended run here in the second quarter. So The more the runs, the better for Bronny. Once say LeBron comes back and Bronny indeed does play with LeBron, so that's an offensive foul there from Nikhil Alexander Walker. The ball back to the Lakers. As we keep getting snippets or short videos of LeBron on the bench, I'm sure he'd be proud father watching Bronny on the Lakers right now. The Lakers are trying to get Bronny involved as much as possible, is what I can see. And yeah, just lack of confidence at this point. He did go in for a mid-range shot, but he airballed it. So as Joe Ingles fires a three and he misses it, rebound to Hachimura. As Hachimura gets fouled while shooting a jumper, so he's going to go to the line. And Rui's importance is also going to be felt for the Lakers this season. Uh, he is going to be starting with LeBron, AD as well in the front court. So yeah, he's going to have a lot of defensive, defensive commit. I would say JJ is going to assign a lot of defensive responsibilities to him as well. So I think Hachimura is going to be a huge part of the team. And if the Lakers feel that Hachimura is now a huge part of the team, it's important that they get some value out of him for the trade market later on in the season. So we have an official review here, I believe, for a flagrant foul. I believe Joe Ingles left his foot on Rui Hachimura's landing space. So, guys, again, early in the morning here, and we are not used to doing early streams, but the NBA is back, so we'll try to do a lot more of these whenever we get the chance. But if you're new to the channel, do subscribe to the channel, leave a like, comment on this channel, and do share it along with your friends. We love to have everyone, on this channel, and love to grow along with you as well. And we have the review here, and I believe it will be called a flagrant foul because Joe Ingles did leave his foot on Rui Hachimura's landing space. So it probably is going to be two free throws and the ball for the Lakers. As we have 8:57 left in the first quarter, and we get the first glimpse of Ant. He's one of those who also had a uh, very good Olympics for Team USA, and also Julius Randle. So interesting to see when they get back into the Timberwolves lineup as to how they build chemistry between themselves. So Ant and Julius both definitely like to have the ball in their hands. So interesting to see, how Julius will work without the ball. He's definitely not been the greatest 3-point shooter in this league. So there'll have to be sacrifices done from, both the sides. So it does not seem like the flagrant was given. So two free throws made by Rui Hachimura. Ball swung around by the Timberwolves here. And Luka Garza gets it, but a good strip there by Max Christie, who is going to be another defensive presence for the Lakers at the beginning of the season. So D'Lo gets the ball on the 3-point arc, runs a pick and roll with Rui, and just misses the layup. Ball back to the Timberwolves, and that's a good play there by Bronny James. He got the block there. Bronny comes down with the ball, definitely is a little hesitant to shoot the three, but gives it off to Hachimura. A good decision in the end, who does make the three himself. So Bronny doing some good things on the floor right now. Max Christie gets the ball on the rebound. We'll see what he does. Definitely looks like a very good defensive unit for the Lakers. Oh, and Jackson Hayes does slam it in. Great pass there by Christie. Hayes is definitely getting some extended minutes, and he's going to get some more extended minutes in the once the regular season starts because there's going to be no Christian Wood, and at least for the first 8 to 10 games of the season. So we'll probably call this stream at the end of the next timeout, but it's been a fun stream so far. It's been a fun watch along. It's been fun to see the Lakers and the Wolves play because preseason is when reps can be gained, reps can be, associated with different players. Great block there by Max Christie. It's the reps which count, and it's important to see that it's important to see that the Lakers and the Wolves both are getting reps from various different players, considering that both the teams have their stars out. So we'll see. Like we'll go on to probably the next time out, and then probably we'll call the stream at the end of that, and let you all fans enjoy the rest of the game while I enjoy the rest of the game as well. So Austin Reeves is back on the floor, and Rui Hachimura with the ball. Passes out to Bronny for three. Oh, I just missed it again. So we're still waiting for Bronny to get that first three in, in this game. But definitely he's shown some signs of being able to do different things on the defensive and offensive end. So not the worst start for his Laker career by Bronny. Max Christie was the offensive board. Austin Reeves the deep three and just misses it. 6:22 left in the second quarter of the first half. Another good block there by Christie. So we have Gabe Vincent back on the floor as well. Austin Reeves the great crossover, but he just loses the ball off his foot back to the Timberwolves. 50 to 32 is the score. If anyone is wondering, the Timberwolves are up by 18. The scores do not count since it's preseason, and that's fine. So we have our second timeout of this quarter. 6:06 left. Timberwolves lead by 18. So again, we are not worried about the scores. It's the preseason game, and we just worried. We just here to see, or it is important for us to see how the players are fitting alongside each other on the court. How say a new coach like JJ Redick is doing, how the Timberwolves are adapting without Ant and Julius Randle at this point. So I would say the Timberwolves do have an edge at this point. They do seem like the more cohesive team. A cohesive team. They have the better players on the floor at this point. So yeah, that's the reason they're leading by 18. But the Lakers are just trying to fit in different kinds of systems that they have. So I think that we will call the stream right now. We're going to enjoy the rest of the game after this. So it's been a fun watch along. It's been fun for me to do it as well. I'm gonna go now, get some breakfast myself, watch the rest of the game, while the rest of y'all also, if you want, you can also do it offline as well. So, but thanks for everyone joining me on this watch along. We'll be doing a lot more NBA watch along as we draw closer into the season. Probably we'll hit up a few more previews as well for different teams or any kind of news as and when we get it from the world of the NBA. But if you have come this far, if you're still watching the stream, or if you happen to watch the stream later, do like this video, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel because that's what we are here for. We are here to give you content from different kinds of sports. We're here as passionate sports fans to get you different content as well. So do remember to hit that subscribe button as well, and help us grow the channel while we get more content and more feed to you in your networks. So yeah, till the next NBA stream or till the next sports stream, we'll see you on the other side. Thanks for watching.